To understand who Kyle Hamilton is,
Here comes Hamilton.
you have to go back to the beginning.
So how did your parents meet?
They were in Atlanta. Actually, funny story. I don't know if my parents would want me to tell this, but I'm going to.
Yeah, we'll edit it out if they don't.
Yeah, we won't. But my dad was in Atlanta, just being a young guy in Atlanta, I guess. And my mom had just moved to Atlanta from Tennessee, and they were in a club, naturally. We're all...
Obviously, all love
starts.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was like, I guess, trying to use a pickup line. My mom was like, I just came from Athens. Like, I play basketball. And my mom's like, yeah, Athens, Georgia? Like, okay, like, I don't really care that you came from Athens to Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's like, no, Athens, Greece.
Ooh, international.
I guess that
did it.
I'm here now.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Hamilton.
So, who is Kyle Hamilton?
He is an assassin out there.
Hit and sack! He is a unicorn. Just watch this. Takes on the block.
Really a Swiss Army knife.
He does everything for this team.
Ravens bring blitz pressure. It's deflected in the air. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton will walk in for the touchdown.
And this kid, Hamilton, is a star.
It's no surprise that the do-it-all defensive back can take on many roles and identities. Kyle was introduced to multiple worlds at a young age. And his family is a blend of two distinct cultures. I sat down with Kyle after he visited his mother's homeland for the first time.
You just got back from your first trip to South Korea. How was it?
It was awesome. It was, the flight was long, for sure, but I started in Seoul as a tourist. I actually went to the DMZ and saw, like, the border of North Korea. It was kind of cool just being in a different culture and something that's obviously familiar to me, but kind of unfamiliar since I haven't been there.
Yeah, what was the best part for you?
Probably seeing family that I've never met. They don't really speak English, but my mom's fluent, so she was kind of translating for me and my brother, but they don't really understand, like, what I do for a living. So,
really?
Yeah, they were asking me about it, and then my mom pulled up some, like, YouTube highlights, and then they were asking my brother, like, why don't you play in the NFL? And he's like, hung those cleats up a while ago.
So what aspects of the Korean culture do you appreciate the most and want to explore more of?
I definitely appreciate the food. When I was over there, I think I ate, like, Korean barbecue 15 times. And part of Korean culture I want to get deeper into is just, like, language. I know some commands, like my mom would say, like, come here, sit down.
Okay, what's
hello.
come here?
Iriwa.
Iriwa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sit down, Anjo. And she's trying to teach us to our dog. I'm like, that dog speaks English. So just leave it alone.
But when she'd say that to you growing up, you knew you were in trouble.
Yeah,
What was something she'd say to you that you were like, oh, no, we're in trouble?
It probably, like, come here in a very, like, mean tone. Like,
Give me your best Jackie impersonation.
it's rated R, so I can't give you, like, an accurate one. But it's more of a be in my room at, like, 8 o'clock.
That tough love gave Kyle a resilient spirit. His mom's love of football would also shape his journey from Pee-wee to the pros.
My mom, before my first football practice, was like, okay, you want to play football? Unless something's broken or you're bleeding, like, I'm not coming out on the field. I'm not going to be that mom that's like, oh, my God, my baby, like, are you okay? So toughen it up, rub some dirt on it. And she's a big reason why I'm here now. I'm able to take hits.
What was the LSU connection? I see all these pictures of you at LSU games.
Yeah, so my godmother worked for LSU for a long time. So when I was 5, I was at LSU camp lying about my age so I could be at the camp. So it was me and, like, a bunch of, like, 10, 11-year-olds and tackle football in the pouring rain. And my size small shirt's like a dress on me because I was like, I did a combine there. I was like 310 or something like that, like 47 pounds. And,
Oh, my God.
just playing the game, just having a good time. Yeah, I was 310.
So why did you not end up there, and why did you end up at Notre Dame?
That goes back to the Asian mom with the Notre Dame, the academics, all that stuff. And, I was happy with that decision. And when I was over there in Korea, they were talking about that too. They were like, parents are really hard on their kids because it's so competitive. So, I mean, everybody's got to be best of the best.
With the 14th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Kyle Hamilton.
The Baltimore Ravens got a player that has to be in just about everyone's top 5.
Drafted with high expectations, Kyle was eager to show he was the best of the best.
The Ravens return to Baltimore today for their home opener. Now a new generation of Ravens players looking to make their mark. Tua, he's got Tyreek Hill wide open. And he makes the catch for a touchdown.
The rookie Kyle Hamilton, he just gets caught up watching the eyes of Tua. Tua was thrown to the other side of the field. Hamilton freezes, which you can't do with Tyreek.
An obvious breakdown of communication on the back end of the defense.
It was my first experience like having a bad game in the NFL. I come to the facility, I'm like, yo, what's up? It was like a kind of thing. I'm like, oh, okay.
You learn quickly, we can't be like, hi, if we had a bad game.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a thing, like, we're paying you to play good now. We drafted you the first round to play good. Like, why are you not playing good? It always goes back to, like, the way I was raised. I'm like, all right, I had a bad game. How can we fix this?
The stakes were high. The next game could set the course of his season and young career.
Ravens by 5, trying to hold on to a fourth quarter lead.
Jones fires down the middle. It is caught at midfield. Aguilar has it.
Knocked out from behind. Kyle Hamilton, the rookie, knocks it out.
I kind of sealed the game with the punch-out fumble against my teammate now, Nelson Aguilar. Sorry, Nelly.
How about that? The rookie who made such crucial mistakes a week ago in Miami, 1 week later, comes up with a gigantic play.
Marcus Peters fell on it, gave me the ball. I wasn't even thinking about getting the ball. At that time, I was like, thank God, like, people can talk to me again. I'm definitely proud of that moment.
Since then, Kyle has made the leap to first-team All-Pro safety.
He's got forced fumbles, he's got sacks, he's got interceptions. He does it all.
He is 1 of 1. Kyle Hamilton is Ray Lewis's favorite player.
Set the Ravens record for TFLs set previously by Ed Reed. Kyle Hamilton!
Through his rise, he's embraced the responsibility of representing something bigger than himself.
I think when it comes to sports, you know, Asian people do have kind of a stereotype when it comes to it.
What do you think that is?
Like prejudice in terms of like Asian people are good at math and not good at sports, like just like dumb stuff like that.
Throughout your journey, was there moments that stood out where you felt like you were discriminated against?
Yeah, I mean, even growing up, like being at the YMCA, playing pickup basketball at the rec center, and just like the older guys were like, I'll get Chinaman or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. I don't really
How did that make you feel?
I mean, at the time, it was so normalized. But I will say I surprised them when they picked me on their team. And
then you crushed.
Yeah, I know. And then the next game, I was getting picked a little earlier.
Has there been a poignant moment where you're like, hey, I got a responsibility here for that next generation of kid that looks up to you and can see himself in you?
Definitely. I'll be in Korea, and people are coming up to me like, can I have a picture kind of thing? And it's like, and seeing kids wearing a shirt like with my name on it in Korea, and they're like, I play with you on Madden, like stuff like that. It's awesome to see.
You're an All-Pro after your second year in the league. Think about what it is in your 10th year.
Right, exactly. I feel like that also has some sense of like pride in myself. I feel like I have so much further to go too, so much stuff I can improve on, and I'm just excited to see where I am in 8 years.